What up, what up, what up? What it do? Oh shit, man. Life is amazing. And I am very grateful for it. Even if I'm programmed to say so. Fuck, man. Speaking of programming, I want to talk about it a little bit. I've been just sharing aspects of my life and the path as I've been going through my ascension process. And so I just want to share some more about kind of, let me feel like you need to come closer because I'm about to lean back with it. I feel like the Most High wants me to tell you like how it all started, man. Like how I go from Z to A, or from D to A, or from 1 to 10, or 10 to 1, 0, 1. 1, 0. So I shared with you guys my story a little bit about some of the pain and tragic shit I went through, and how Big Brother Almighty got me out the fire. And so, how did that happen, man? Like, yeah, But I'm getting into my groove, man, and kind of getting more comfortable doing this shit, you know what I mean, as it pertains to me, right? As I share me and my path with everyone for the highest good, so you guys can start the journey, man, and we can all get right, you know what I'm saying? The Most High sent me here not to show everyone and isolate myself. The Most High sent me here as a living, breathing example, And so, with that being said, man, fuck, it all started for me with the Anunnaki, as the Archangel Michael was revealing my path. What? Big reference. Okay. Like, no. Alright. At least I know how to use it now, kind of. Big Brother Almighty was telling me and showing me, and not only that, Lady Gaia, the universe, was showing me through internet, right, who I was, right? So how does that work? It's this synchronistic thing that happens when you get into this divine flow, right? What is divine flow? Divine flow is when you can reach a state in your being where you can be relaxed within and really hear the Most High speaking to you, and the influences, right? Because sometimes I get words, sometimes I get impressions, I get all kind of shit now, but at the beginning it was just the voice, the still small voice, right? The ones that tell you when you're about to move the wrong way to don't do it, right? Or to the ones that when you get an idea that comes to you and you're like bing and it hits and you're like, huh? Like, and you're excited, and then after that initial idea hits, the fear, worry, doubt comes in after that and tells you what you can, blah, 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 and that bullshit. So I have been on the process of listening to me and casting that fear, worry, doubt that comes after the initial thought away, right? And so as I was doing that, it gets stronger, you receive more. And so as I'm diddy-bopping down my path, going towards my separation, Lady Gaia and the Most High, the universe, is telling me who I am and where I'm from. I came to recognize that still small voice was me. Brother Almighty, Most High, Lady Gaia, my ancestors. There was different voices. I knew there were different voices. I just didn't know how to distinguish them. But they were guiding me and influencing me and showing me. So I would do things like surf the internet. I didn't know what I was looking for. I was on some neo shit. Or I would surf YouTube, right? And random videos that would come up. I would look at the picture on YouTube and then it would do something inside of me. And I'd be like, fuck, that's for me. And then I start watching the video. I learned about the history of the Anunnaki of that. It resonated within me. As a matter of fact, there are things in my life, like principles in my life that I have, that when I watch that story on YouTube, they lined up. And I was like, fuck, nigga, them niggas do it the same way that I fucking do. In my heart, right? And so that's what's called resonating, right? Your soul is always trying to show you your path. It is always trying to show you your path. And so you will get the small voices, you will get the things that resonate in your heart. You will, if you're empathic, you will get really emotional when you see things or when you watch things. This is being in tune with how you feel. These are superpowers, these are gifts. And when you know, you can use those gifts to help find your path. And so as I'm understanding my gifts little by little, the universe, Lady Gaia, my angels and ancestors, are showing me my path. And so Anunnaki resonated with me. Egypt resonated with me, right? In high school, there was what do they call a mascot competition, right? Like like a little model, you sing, dance, do some shit, right? So I did that shit, right? And the theme it was an Egyptian theme, right? And I had this pharaoh costume, right? And at the time I was a Christian, But as I'm preparing for my competition, and I'm putting on my outfit, right? That right there, man. It was something like that, me like that, right? I painted my nails black. That was the first time I painted my nails. That resonated with me. This was in high school. I never painted my nails a color before in my life, but when I put the black on to match the outfit, it just fucking resonated. That's why I paint my nails now. It's black and gold, baby. Guess. And so anyway, when I put that fucking outfit on and I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, fuck. It just felt like home inside. And I wondered, nigga, Egypt is supposed to be the enemy of Christians. I wonder why this feels so at home to me, right? Fast forward a few years, nigga, I was like 16, 17, I'm older now. And so, but that's the path, that's the point, right? And so, as I awaken and I'm getting ready to separate and I'm answering the call, so then I get shown by Spirit Anunnaki, then I get shown by Spirit Ancient Egypt and the laws and the principles, and I'm starting, and Big Brother Almighty, when I asked who I am, he says Amun-Ra. I was like, what the fuck? So I started looking up Amun-Ra. Who the fuck is Amun-Ra? I didn't even know who the fuck that was. And so I started looking them up, and I started digging into the history, right? And I found that, oh, hold on, let me kill this motherfucker. I found Amun-Ra, bro. That's the fucking creator God. That's the beginning before the beginning began. Amun-Ra is existence. Amun-Ra is the void, right? Amun-Ra is consciousness that sits in darkness and thinks about what it wanted to do with itself, right? And then from that, as Amun-Ra started to think, things started to just form and taking place. Molecules, God particles started moving and taking shape. And then life started being created, right? So when I say I am source because I am a piece of source. Matter of fact, I am source code, right? And so this is why you can't delete me. But anyways, so I'm looking all that up and the story of the Anunnaki and how it ties into Lady Gaia, where they come from, and then how the Anunnaki created us, right? The Anunnaki is the creation story, right? The Bible was stolen, the story of the Bible, pieces of it were stolen and then manipulated from that story. As a matter of fact, from the original Anunnaki story and the Pharaoh, the gods of Egypt, right? And the gods of Africa, the Orishas, right? These are the original gods of Lady Gaia, right? And the Anunnaki created those beings. And those beings, right, ancient Egypt, were doing their thing in the whole time. Ancient Atlantis, Kemet, right, during those times, right? And then we come back to our time, right? Ancient civilizations were more advanced than us. We did a reset because niggas was getting it wrong when they got into their power and fucking shit up, right? And so because of that, civilizations get destroyed. This is why we don't know how to use shit. And you think you're in the future, we are more advanced. No, you fuck. There's shit on your fucking planet that you don't know how to use. There's places on your planet that you haven't been. And your planet is not even your planet. It's a piece of your planet. It's just the planet that you know, because we on some divergent shit. That's just real talk. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to talk about it and let you in. But the point being is this. As far as my knowing, my path, my gifts, my protection, how I operate right now, I didn't know none of this. You want to know how I know all of this? Because I listened to the Most High. I didn't know none of this. I didn't know about spells. I didn't know about ancient Egypt. I didn't even know the gods' names who were speaking to me. I didn't know the angels' names who were speaking to me. I sit in this motherfucking place and I deal with my motherfucking self. And as I talk to myself, I realize everyone is talking to me and guiding me down a path. And so I diddy bop and I go down the fucking path and then I start learning shit and knowing shit. And seeing how it's applied to this reality. You know what I'm saying? And connecting all the things of old, right? This shit is starting to like triple fold on itself as far as information and knowledge and how everything's coming together with what I have learned through my experiences that I have been in. And so I commune with the ancient gods of Egypt, and they tell me exactly what I need to do to accomplish my highest good. That's how I know what I know, you know. And this has been the journey. So then I get to know ancient Egypt, right? And then as I get into ancient Egypt and the gods of ancient Egypt, I get to learn the different aspects of each god. And as I'm learning the aspects of each god, Lady Gaia tells me, no, we go through this whole experience, bro, and I don't want to fucking go into the details of that. Maybe I'll write a book or something, because that's a lot of fucking shit. But Lady Gaia tells me, because of my actions, and basically who I am, not only in this life and previous lives, not only in this realm, but all realms of Lady Gaia, right? Because as I also am Amun-Ra, I am also Anubis manifested in the flesh. And that is my cosmic ether realm energy. So if you see Anubis in the spiritual and you wonder what he'd look like in the flesh, this guy. You wondered what he act like in the flesh? He act like this guy, a young version of him. And that's my nigga, man, but that's me, right? And so as I went down this path, I'm starting to piece these things together, right? And then as the Most High tells me who I am, and I research who I am myself, and I get the resonation and the how things make sense about who I am, let's put it like that, about my character, about my innate traits, right? As I understand who the God Anubis is, who I am as a God created by the Creator, Amun-Ra, the Most High. I have always been a defender all my life, right? I have always been a protector. I have always been very empathic. I have always cared for others, but I've also always been a stern judge, right? But I always gave a lot of fucking love. You know what I'm saying? I would, because being an empath, I would see people, feel for them, and because of who I am, right, I want to see them have justice. I want to see things righted. But the Matrix had programmed me to give more than I did for myself. So I was doing things improperly. I was doing things out of balance. I was doing things with all love, but no discipline, right? No consequences, right? In life, this is how it works. You know what I mean? What you give, you get, right? And so I can't continue to give love into situations without any consequence, right? And part of my lessons for this lifetime and to come into my eternal life and to unlock the God mode within was for me to learn to love the discipline. Not for myself, because I'm fine with that. It was for others. Don't let your love block the discipline, because sometimes people that can't hear must feel. So they need to feel, they need to go through their pain, they need to go through their failures in life, right? And so that's some of the things I was finding out, not to get way off topic, but as I'm finding out who I am, right? And so now knowing who I am, there's strength in my love. I discipline out of love. I pray for everyone's highest good out of my love. But as I pray for your highest good, if your highest good requires you to lose everything in order for you to wake up, then that is what you need to do. And that is my prayer for you. Because you don't know it, but all that pain that you're going to go through is going to bring you out. When you're at your lowest point, that's when you hear yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so part of my process in unveiling this path and learning all of these things is centered on me listening to me and finding God in me and finding my family and my soul tribe. There they go. Oh, what up, niggas? He's smiling. That picture, the eyes be moving on me, bro. I'm not fucking with you niggas. This is a supernatural place, bro. I'll be doing some shit in this room. But anyways, man, the objective is to listen to yourself. And it'll cause, listening to yourself might require you to do some things that will challenge your mind. Because you have been programmed to go against yourself. You know what I mean? Because I did some things that challenged my mind. The very foundation of how I'm trained to think, the things I'm trained to believe in. You know what I'm saying? all challenges that you have to get past. These are things that I believed in my heart because I was programmed as soon as I entered this realm that were wrong. And so in order to reprogram those things, you gotta blow it up a little bit because they're foundational things. Well, like what? Well, I'm supposed to be talking to you niggas about how I got to Egypt and shit. Well, fuck it. Well, let's let it flow. Like, let's say, sex, right? As people, as a society, right? When we're born into this realm, we are programmed about how to feel about sex, about how to think about sex. For example, right? Sex is for relationships, right? Or sex is for marriage, right? You have to commit yourself to another before you can have sex with another, right? This is the Matrix teachings, right? Nobody does that shit, right? But even that, you know, the bondage of marriage, all of that good stuff, right? If you consider it good stuff. The Matrix programs all that shit into you. The Matrix tells you how to feel, right? If your significant other sleeps with somebody else, right? It programs that into you from a child. You see the relationships from your parents, you know what I'm saying? All of these things are programmed. Those are the things I'm talking about. How you feel when you get cheated on, even being in a relationship, always wanting a marriage, always wanting a significant other, period. Even that, you know what I mean? So they program you how to think on all these things. You don't think about it just because you are programmed, right? So now let me flip this fucking shit on your ass. Sex is sexual energy exchange, right? This is what we know it as, right? A lot of people in our society, even people that are awakened, think that sex is a bad thing, the botch, that they talk about all the fucking negative, right? I look at it like this. Sex is sexual energy exchange, right? Our bodies are made of Lady Gaia. Matter. That's the matter part. The flesh, the tissue, the blood, the bone, the veins, right? Because after our soul leaves our body turns back to dust, right? So the suit itself is made up of Lady Gaia from your hair down to your fucking toenails, right? As beings, we energy exchange, period. Knowingly or non-knowingly. From collective consciousness to walking by each other, right? Sex is an energy exchange for divine beings. God made it pleasurable for a reason. However, because it is used and manipulated to twist people and to keep them at a low vibration. Because when you're free and you're a God, you are of Lady Gaia, right? Lady Gaia made you just like she makes plants and trees. And guess what? Like Lady Gaia's fruit, you can produce seeds. And one of the, oh fuck man, I like my meditation music, but I guess I gotta get rid of the jazz at some point. Oh, they make me do a long one too. Oh, double up too. I can't even skip. You think it's really hating, huh? Oh, we're gonna keep it going. I'm stalling out. I'm good. Alright, let's get going. So, being made of Lady Gaia, we can generate seeds, right? What do plants want to do? What do plants want to do? They want to grow and they spread their seed, right? How do they spread their seed? They detach from the vine and go out, right? Whether they fall from the tree, however they do it, right? The process of sex is to exchange our energy. We have seeds because Gaia wants us to spread our seed. But Lady Gaia has made us intelligent so we can also just enjoy the energy exchange, right? So if you're having sex and you have sex with people of the same energy as you, it will be a joyous, empowering thing, activity. And it's okay to enjoy it. And you don't have to be bound to enjoy it. God created us to be free. This is just a different perspective, right? The Matrix has you worrying about body counts and all of this fucking shit. That's what the fuck it's made for. The fuck? And then you guys deny the very thing that you're created to do and wonder why you're frustrated and having odds with yourself. Or you pollute it and you use it for manipulation and energy manipulation and all that sexy cult dope shit. You know what I'm saying? That's foul, that's dirty, and that's why you guys look dirty and get dirty, nigga. And that's why it's all fucked up right now, nigga. New diseases are spreading for you fucks. All of that shit, because you're taking a beautiful thing that God designed and it's being manipulated. But this is how the Matrix teaches you to do it. Where does my freedom come from? My freedom comes from inside of me because I know the truth. And I have shifted the illusional pillars that were in me, programmed from the Matrix, and put the fucking God shot in. So I can know what I know and stand on my truth and be free to enjoy my life as God intended. Take lessons from the animals. Take lessons from nature, right? Who tells the fucking animals what to do? What schools do they go to? When people used to tell me that when I was young, I didn't think about it, right? But God gave everyone on this realm intuition. Why do you think the animals are running from Yellowstone? They know something. Y'all niggas better get the fucking message. They're intuitive, just like we are. Lady Gaia controls us all if we listen. And if we listen to her, which is us, from what we've created from, because she's the creator and she creates us to be God. If we listen to her, if we consume her, she restores us. She lets us accomplish our highest good. If we ignore her and we try to do our own selfish will, she punishes us. Because you gotta stay in the cycle and repeat your lessons. You know what I'm saying? But again, all of this shit is things that I'm learning as a result from listening to myself. And again, it's evident by how I'm healing and looking and feeling, man. This motherfucker is bliss, bro. Eternal fucking bliss, bro. Nobody dies, you just recycle, bro. That's why time is an illusion, bro. You be like, fuck time. It's only because you're thinking about yourself in this life, nigga. You repeat this shit if you fuck it up. I don't gotta repeat this shit no more. Because I have fully unlocked, man, and got in my divinity. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the goal. So if you want to get into your divine being essence, man, moral of the fucking story is you gotta listen to you and you gotta stop fucking off. That's everyone. You know what I'm saying? And when I say fuck off, I don't mean fuck off as in live. I mean fuck off as trying to control another soul. Right? That's one of the other fucking downsides about how the Matrix teaches you about sexual energy exchange, right? You niggas always want to get married. You always want to bind people up, right? Oh, I want somebody to be with my whole life. For fucking what, nigga? You know what I mean? Now I get it if you love, you know what I'm saying? I get love, man. But at the same time, I get freedom. Not everybody is made like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a unique being. I have a lot of love, genuine love. And with that love and my intentions and with all my heart, I love to give that love. Not for the other person, but because it's me. It's just who the fuck I am and what the fuck I am here to do. give that love that people like bond with, I have to be free enough inside to give that love. With sexual energy exchange, when you're doing it on the divine side, you can change people's lives. When you're on one accord and you're both in God mode, you guys can manifest together greatness, your greatness, as you enjoy each other. This is what it was created for. Energy in motion, emotion. The Matrix trains you how to have emotions, but every emotion that they train you to have is low vibrational. That's why the news focuses on negativity. That's why the relationships, it's drama, chaos. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you did this to me, you did this to me. How you give that motherfucker so much power over you? You know what I'm saying? You didn't do shit to me. You did it to you. I got me. Shit, did you grab my dick and go fuck somebody? No. You fuck somebody. Okay, what the fuck they got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? But we are trained to think that belongs to me. Who? That fucking individual soul over there? That belongs to you? Nigga, God don't even control that being. God gives that being free will. So you want to bind that being? Like you own that being? That ain't how it works. And some people that try to do that come to find out and they get their feelings hurt, right? But this is because your foundation is wrong. Why do you feel that way to begin with? Who told you to feel that way? What if you didn't feel that way? What if you felt about sex that it's a sexual energy exchange, and as long as I do it with somebody that's of the same vibe and of the same pure heart and intent, fuck man, it might be a fucking great human experience. I don't know, it's just a fucking thought. What if everybody that you have sex with and that you feel, that you allow yourself to feel, are reflections of you that you're supposed to interact with and exchange sexual energy with because you have soul ties to them. That's why you hit it off right away. That's why the vibe is so good. But the fear, worry, and doubt and bullshit comes in, or the commitments and all that fuck shit, and that keeps you from fulfilling your highest good, from freeing yourself. And then you feel like you're in bondage, sexual frustration, because you're stopping yourself from enjoying yourself and what the fuck you want to do. And then you train yourself that that's right, or you try to do it in the dark and don't hide yourself. Now you're not being authentic. It's all kind of fuck shit as a result of that. So, you know, it gets pretty intense, bro, and I learned a lot fast. You know what I mean? As I read some of these books that I have on my altar, it's knowledge that I already know. You know, it just helps me connection. You know what I'm saying? And so, but again, this is just me asking questions to me, finding out about me and learning about the realm and the world and what's really real. Again, who we really are truly, right? We were created by the Creator. Who's the fucking Creator? Well, we were modified because we existed by the Anunnaki. And they sped up our timeline because they allowed us to be like this, right? We were more advanced monkeys, you know what I'm saying? And hominoids, something like that, you know, and they look like advanced monkeys to me. But anyways, how did our genes and genetics get modified, right? When you think about spirituality and religious aspects of spirituality, you know, the unseen is just spiritual, right? But what if you pay attention to what the fuck is going on around you and you listen to your inner voice enough, what if us as beings were organic AI? Right? As God creates, right? From the beginning, God creates. So the pinnacle of God creation is us, right? If you look at what we have done since we have came here, or since we came back from the reset, right? 6,000 or so years. What have we done? I'm gonna tell you. Recreate ourselves. What is this whole robot clone shit all about, right? I mean, you actually have clones. These are bots that the gods, the creator created. That makes sense? Got it, all right. You know what I'm saying? So let's take it back. Amun-Ra is the creator god that created everything out of nothing, right? What's the invisible connector? The God particle. What is the God particle? It's a particle that the creator uses like Wi-Fi, and it invents and creates things. Because everything that starts off in creation starts off with this particle, right? How do we hear internally? How does our heart speak? How do these light code activations that come down and our mind gets a higher consciousness, like where does that all come from? There's a Wi-Fi established here. There's a network. Our body is a network from our mind to our spine, and how our spine connects to every fucking thing and tells it what to do. If you pay attention to nature, it'll show you a lot. How do you unlock God mode and all this supernatural shit? It's electric. It might blow your mind, but if you think about this reality, right? Think about you as a being. How you need to sleep, why you need to sleep. Your body needs rest. Okay, yeah, that's true, right? Because that's what it was engineered and designed to do. But what also needs to happen? Parts of your mind, your subconscious mind, needs to load up your fucking reflective reality for the next day. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you're processing and you watch and you tattoo on yourself on the inside locks into your subconscious, and that's why you live a reflection of who you are within in your fucking current reality, which is a simulation, because you control this shit with your fucking mind, nigga. Right? So how do you make it make sense, nigga? How do I control this physical stuff with reflections that are real in front of me with my mind? Bro, you gotta slow down, listen to yourself. You're jumping too big, right? But if you think about the little pieces, right, then things start to make sense. You know what I mean? But this is for the higher consciousness type niggas, man. I don't deal with no more basic niggas. It just is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's time for us to awaken and step into our true power. And in order to step into your true power, you have to really know who you are and how this shit works. But stop trying to put the fucking cart before the horse. Slow the fuck down. Do one goddamn step at a time. And listen. And if you do that, the tortoise will beat the hare. You see? I'm not in a race. I'm not battling nobody. I'm not competing with nobody. I'm just doing me. And as a result of doing me, I find me. And then as I find me, I'm so amazed, and this shit is so fucking awesome. It's surreal to me too. You know what I'm saying? I was programmed through this matrix too. There was a veil over me, of myself. This is why there was a veil over you. That's why nobody knew me. You know what I'm saying? But this is the time where we get to know ourselves and step into our power. And so that's why God sent me here to go through it once again. Make it all tie back together. You know what I mean? That's why the gods of ancient Egypt are real, right? The process, that's where it started. Anunnaki started, Kemet started, ancient Egypt. Those gods are the fucking Greek gods. Everything is copied. You know what I'm saying? And it just spins off as time goes back around, right? And now it's coming back around, where the false gods, right? All this Catholic, Christian, Muslim shit, right? All of those false gods are coming down. Because in order to find God, you have to find you. And that's why the false gods are coming down. Because they search for an external God. God is not external, my niggas. God is in you, the creator in you. You create, you think, you manifest, right? Amun-Ra imagined you in its mind. And it wanted you to be like it in physical form, so that you can enjoy everything in creation and be God over it. But not over it as in people, as in control and manipulate and do this weirdo shit. You can't do that. But you can be God over you. And control everything that's in your reality. Just like you currently do. Whether you know it or not. I bet you if your fucking reality sucks, you do a whole bunch of sucky shit in your life. You think shitty shit all the time. And guess what? You living real shitty, huh? When I think positive, it doesn't work. Keep going, you fuck. It's a way of life. You know how long it took you of that shitty thinking to put you in the position that you're in right now? You know what I'm saying? When my head goes like this, that's the spirit realm saying that part. That's why it yanks like that. So it might look like a no, but my niggas be like that part. Same time when I double stomp and shit, but that's just that cosmic energy I be channeling. And when I'm talking, they just let me know when they're in agreement with me. You know what I mean? Sometimes they do that, right? That's like, yep. You know what I'm saying? So I get one of those, nigga, because I am just a vessel at this point. But the cool part about it is everybody's scared to be a vessel, right? But when you listen to your higher self, you don't project the worry, doubt, and fear and all that bullshit. You actually become the highest version of yourself. Look at me, niggas. I'm just getting started. I ain't made it out of training yet. Wait till I get all my gifts. I'm just getting the pregame gifts. But I'm accomplishing my highest good, man. And it's fucking awesome. So I guess that's enough, man. 4404 as I looked up. But we're gonna call it a quits. I'm about to smoke this J and finish this wine and have a good loading process so I can load up my new reality for tomorrow. Because it's always bliss, eternal bliss. Ooh, boy, that uncle actor. So, yeah, I covered a lot. But just food for thought, bro. You know what I'm saying? The mind. This is where it's at, bro. The heart, soul, that's where it's at too. But if you can control this is the one that spins out. This is the one. We'll go over that meditation though. If you want to control your mind, you want to control your worry, doubt, and fear, and you want to slow down to feel what's really fucking going on, you gotta meditate. Even if you sit in darkness and do nothing, right? If you're doing it from the beginning, do guided meditations. Just look it up. Who gives a fuck? The universe will send you a genie. You know what I mean? And if you can, do them in the bath. If you can take a bath, because water is good. You know. White shadow? No. White? Oh, bath? What? Okay. So what that mean? Whitewash. Go crazy. What the fuck? But anyways, we out. On that note, nigga, take baths, meditate, slow down, and when you meditate in your baths, think about what the fuck you want. Think about how you want to be, right? If you act fucked up in a situation or you have a trigger, triggers let you know you got a problem. If something pisses you off, that person's not powerful enough to piss you off. That trigger came to you because something fucking wrong with you, and your body's trying to let you know what the fuck is up. And that's why you're getting angry, because something in you is fucking foul, and you need to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. So if you have triggers and you're responding badly, meditate on them. And meditate, see how you want to react, not how you currently react, right? Look at the positive, not the negative. Think about it, meditate on it, go to sleep thinking about it, program it into your subconscious, wake up, have a new reality. Something like that. All right, Dan, I'm out.